All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, we've got to go over week 3 of this new season, guys. Let's do it. Let's get right into it. We've got a lot of games to go over, so I'm going to try to move through this pretty quickly. All right? Okay, let me get the face cam off here, and let's get into this. All right, first up, guys, we got the Timberwolves versus the Nets. The Timberwolves were able to beat the Nets pretty soundly here by about, 16 points. Nets go 0-7 to start the season. You hate to see it, but it does happen. Bucks were able to beat the Pacers just barely by 2 points. Giannis Antetokounmpo going 33 points, 13 rebounds, a very strong double-double. But Pascal Siakam just barely behind Giannis here with 32 points, 8 assists, and 3 steals. Jazz were able to beat the Celtics by 2 points. Very close game. Jaylen Brown dropped 36, George with 31. And the Celtics are starting to find their rhythm a little bit. Remember, guys, they don't have Jason Tatum. So that's going to take a while to get used to. Then we have the Knicks versus the Wizards. Very, very strong performance by the Knicks, winning by 17. And then the Rockets beating the Mavericks by about 8 there. P.J. Washington with a 29-point, 12-rebound double-double, and Sengun with 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. The Mavericks are really struggling right now. I think they have an actual identity crisis on their hands where they don't really know what they're trying to do, and players are getting injured. It is a tough spot to be right now for the Mavericks. Okay, still in the same night here. What was that, November 3rd? Yeah, Monday, November 3rd. Pistons going 114 to 106 against the Grizzlies. Pistons look very good this season. And then we have the Nuggets beating the Kings by 6 points with Jokic going 34, 7, and 14. Russell Westbrook going 26, 12, and 6. Who knows how that's probably a little bit bitter for Russell Westbrook because he was not able to stay on the Nuggets from last season. But who knows? I'm sure he still has a good relationship with everyone there. Lakers beat the Trailblazers. DeAndre Ayton dropping a 29-point, 10-rebound double-double on 3 blocks. Yeah, we will take that every single time. I think DeAndre Ayton is starting to feel at home in Los Angeles. I think he's starting to get his confidence back. And guys, remember, the Lakers have been a little bit hobbled for the start of this season. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, they have been on and off. They have not been playing every single game together. And then on top of that, LeBron James has not even played a single game yet for the Lakers. Let's keep an eye on these Lakers. They might be serious. Okay, and then the Heat were able to beat the Clippers by 1 point. What a game that is. And I think we're actually going to zoom in on that game real quick. So, guys, again, the Heat were able to win by 1 point, 120 to 119. And Andrew Wiggins going off for 17 points, Bam for 25, Norman Powell for 21. Davion Mitchell for 8, and Pell Larson for 7. Everyone on the starting lineup was in the positives for the box plus minus. Clippers struggled a little bit. Kawhi Leonard had a pretty good game. 27 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocks on only 2 turnovers. Only shot 47% from the field and 25% from the 3. 100% from the free throw line, and only had 1 personal foul, but was -7 in the box plus minus. He kind of struggled this game. Still a close game, and still an incredible game from Kawhi Leonard. But it looks like if he had a little bit better game, they just win this one. Because again, guys, they only lost by 1 point. Derrick Jones Jr., 12 points, Zubac with 9, Harden with 29, and Bradley Beal with 12. I forgot they had Bradley Beal this season, guys. This team looks really good on paper, but it looks like they are off to a pretty rough start, because I got to go backwards real quick, guys. Yeah, they're starting off 3-3. Okay, let's keep going, guys. Moving over to Tuesday. We're going to zoom in on this. So we got the Bucks getting absolutely demolished by the Raptors here by almost 30 points. Giannis going 22-8. Then we have the Hawks beating the Magic by 15. We got the Bulls winning against the 76ers by 2 points. And look at this here, guys. Josh Giddey with a 29-point, 15 rebound, 12 assist, triple-double. Tyrese Maxey with 39 points and 3 blocks. That's not terrible either, guys. But yeah, that's Josh Giddey. I have to say, guys, I do favor the triple-double stat line. I think it shows that a player is really, contributing a lot to the game. But yeah, Josh Giddey with an insane triple-double there helps the Bulls win by 2 points. Pelicans beat the Hornets. Warriors are going to beat the Suns here, and it looks like the Thunder end up beating the Clippers in a very convincing fashion by about, 19 points? Very rough. Shea dropping 30 points, 12 assists on 3 blocks. Harden going 25, 6, and 6. Okay, now zooming in on a game here, the 76ers versus the Bulls. Again, Josh Giddey with an absolutely massive triple-double and add a steal to that, guys. Add on a steal. But Joel Embiid was back for this one for the 76ers. Gave him 26 minutes, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and 4 blocks. Actually, a very strong performance by Joel Embiid. I think he's finally starting to get his legs up under him again. Kelly Oubre with 18 points, Tyrese Maxey with 39. That's incredible. And then VJ Edgecombe with 12. Remember, guys, this is a rookie here, VJ Edgecombe. And then down here for the Bulls, Okoro with 16, Buzelis with 10, 19 for Vucevic, 8 for Trey Jones, 14 off the bench from Jalen Smith, and 12 more off the bench from Kevin Huerter. Really good stuff there. Okay, next up, guys, Wednesday, November 5th here. Cavs beat the 76ers. Oh, that's a brutal back-to-back for the 76ers, guys. They went from the Bulls over to the Cavaliers. Absolutely brutal, especially when Donovan Mitchell's going to give you 46 points and 8 assists. Yeah, that is rough. Okay, Pistons beating the Jazz. Jalen Duren with 22 points and 22 rebounds. We'll take it every time. Nets versus the Pacers. This is a pretty rough match here where I think the Pacers were 1-7 and they were 1-6 and the Nets were 0-7. So this put both of them on 1-7. The Nets were able to win. Michael Porter Jr. going 32 points and 11 rebounds, getting a nice double-double there for the Nets. Celtics beat the Wizards very soundly. Knicks were able to beat the Timberwolves, and the Rockets beat the Grizzlies. Amen Thompson with 28 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. Okay, still on Wednesday. Let's check out the other side here. Mavericks, Cooper Flagg probably had the best game of his season here as a rookie so far. I'm sure he's going to have more games like this. But Cooper Flagg, he goes 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 steals, and his team is not able to beat the Pelicans. The Mavericks are struggling so bad, I don't even quite fully understand. But 19 points, guys, 19 points in the first quarter, 22 in the fourth. That is not going to do. The Pelicans didn't even do much better, but they were at least in the 20s in every single quarter, and they were able to win by 2 points because of that. This inconsistency that the Mavericks are having, 30 points in the second, 28 in the third, I can live with those numbers, but 19 and 22 in the first and fourth, that's not going to do. They need to figure out what's going on there for sure. Okay, then we have the Nuggets versus the Heat here, guys. Nuggets are starting to really come back to their championship form. Nikola Jokic going 33, 15, and 16. Absolutely disgusting stat line. Able to beat the Heat by 10 points. Lakers beating the Spurs by 2 points. Luka Doncic going 35, 9, and 13. Thunder finally lose a game to the Trailblazers. I think they started off the season like 8-0 or 7-0. They finally lose a game to the Trailblazers by 2 points. Shea dropped 35 points and 9 rebounds. Denny Abdia with 26 points, is 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. Okay, then we got the Kings versus the Warriors here. Russell Westbrook dropping a 20-point triple-double here. 23 points, 16 rebounds, and 10 assists. That's really not bad. And then Richard, I don't even know who this person is here, 30 points and 7 rebounds for the Warriors. But I think the Warriors are struggling with some injuries, which does happen. Okay, zooming in on this OKC game. Again, Shea with 35 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 12 for 13 from the free throw line. 60% from 3 out of 5 three-pointers seems good. Aaron Wiggins, 7 for 10 from the three-point line. That is outrageous. We're actually going to zoom in a little bit, guys. That is That is wild. 7 for 10. I don't even think this game would have been close otherwise. Because remember, guys, the OKC Thunder lost this game to the Trailblazers by 2 points. Okay? And that was with someone going 70% from 3. Insane shooting line there. Okay, what else? Other than that, it does look like there was no LeGuentz Dort. He did not play. And I also don't see Chet Holmgren on here. It looks like he was not playing either. Okay, but the Portland Trailblazers, of course, like I said, Denny Avdia with the 26 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, almost a triple-double on 2 steals and a block. Only 3 turnovers. That's really not bad. Drew Holiday, I'm not surprised to see the Trailblazers doing okay this season, because let me go back and look at something. Yeah, they're 5-3. And guys, it has to be said, Drew Holiday, he has just that championship mentality, in my opinion. I think he's getting a little bit older. I don't know his exact age, but still, this guy, he's got 2 rings, right? He's got one with the Bucks. He's got one with the Celtics. He's just a winner. He's just a winner. 22 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. He did have 4 turnovers. I feel like that's uncharacteristic for him, but they were still able to pull off the W. Okay, and remember, guys, they still don't have Damian Lillard. So that's really unfortunate. And I don't think they're getting Damian Lillard back anytime soon because of this left Achilles tendon. Okay, let's move on to Thursday. There was only a single game we're going to go over from Thursday. There was only one game. It was the Clippers versus the Suns. The Suns were able to beat the Clippers, and I don't think Kawhi or James Harden played for that game. Okay, moving on to Friday. We got a lot of games to go over on Friday here. Celtics versus Magic. Magic were able to win by 13. Wagner going 27-6-6. Jaylen Brown going 32-9. Cavaliers demolished the Wizards. Not too surprising there. The Wizards are struggling big time. In the East, the Wizards, the Nets, and the Pacers are really struggling right now. Sarr with 20 points and 4 blocks, though. Okay, Raptors beat the Hawks. Hawks score a very low game, 97 points. They lose by 12. Okay, they lose by 12 points here against the Raptors. Okay, then we have Cade Cunningham going 34-10 on the Pistons, 125-107 versus the Nets. And like I was saying earlier, guys, the Nets are struggling. Spurs beat the Rockets. Sengun going 25-9-8, and Barnes going 24. All right. Still on Friday. This is the second wave of matches from Friday. Let me zoom in some. Oh, there we go. Hornets were able to, the Hornets were not able to beat the Heat here. Heat win 126-108. Mavericks lose again. They're 2-7 here. Really struggling, like I said earlier. Coward goes 21-9. This is a rookie, right, guys? This guy Coward, I believe he's a rookie. Grizzlies, they win with him leading the way, 21 points and 9 rebounds. The Bulls lose to the Bucks. This was an interesting game. I believe I watched this one. Giannis kind of was just doing what he wanted to. 41 points, 15 rebounds, and 9 assists. But Josh Giddey was 16 points and 14 rebounds. He got himself a 16-point double-double there. And then the Timberwolves were able to beat the Jazz. This was a demolition job here by 40 points. You hate to see that. Anthony Edwards going for 37 points. Okay, then we have the Nuggets versus the Warriors. And this is some type of NBA Cup that happens, in the middle of the season. The Nuggets were able to win by 25 points. Jokic going for 26-9-9. Thunder beat the Kings. Hartenstein dropping 33 points on 19 rebounds and 3 blocks. He had himself a game. Russell Westbrook, 24-6-9. Okay, now just to zoom in on the Houston Rockets game here. Kevin Durant, let me zoom in a little bit more so we can fill up the screen here. Kevin Durant, 24 points, only 1 rebound. Very surprising to me, going 24 and I feel like Kevin Durant does not ever get that low of rebounds, but I guess it happens. 2 assists, 1 steal, no blocks, 100% from the free throw line. Jabari Smith with only 5 points. He went -19 for the box plus minus. Alperen Sengun with 25 points, Okogie for 12, Amin Thompson for 14. And then we had Tari Eason off the bench giving us 11, and Reed giving us 16, or giving the Houston Rockets that. Okay, then for the Spurs, Victor Wembanyama, 22 points. Pretty quiet game for him. Eight rebounds, 22 from Champagne, Barnes with 24, Vassell 15, Castle for 14. What an incredible split here, guys. 20, 20, 20, 15, 14 for like the way that the starting lineup played. Very, very even distribution of points here. Okay, and that was pretty much it. They didn't get a whole lot of production off the bench, but they did have a guy who was plus 10 in Keldon Johnson. Okay, moving on to Saturday. Mavericks are able to finally get a win. Najee Marshall with 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 steals. Really good game for him. They were able to beat the Wizards. Not the best team. Not the best team out there, but they were able to beat the Wizards by 6 points. Raptors lose to the 76ers. Watford with a 20-point triple-double. 20 points, 17 rebounds, and 10 assists. Really incredible game for Watford. Lakers do lose to the Hawks. Luka was just off this game, unfortunately. It does happen. I've been following Luka Doncic for a very long time. Ever since he was, I think it was right after his rookie season is when I started keeping my eye on him. And I have to say, he can be streaky from time to time. He's pretty consistent in general, but every now and then I feel like he does have like an off game. And it looks like that was that game for him because he's been playing like an all-star so far. Bulls lose to the Cavaliers. They start looking very human. The Bulls went off to such an explosive start. Cavs beat them by 6. Donovan Mitchell going for 29, 6, and 6. And the Heat were able to beat the Trailblazers with Nikola Jovic going 29, 9, and 6. Okay, and then just to round out, what was that, Saturday? Just to round out Saturday, there's 3 more games to look at. Pelicans lose to the Spurs. Wembanyama going 18 points, 18 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Very strong stat line with Murphy the third here going for 41 points and 9 rebounds. Very good stuff there. Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets completely demolished the Pacers here by almost 20, with Nikola Jokic going 32, 14, and 14. Disgusting stat line from him again. And the Suns were able to beat the Clippers by 11. Zubac had 21 and 15. Devin Booker had 21, 10, and 9. Almost a 20-point triple-double. Okay, just to zoom in on one of these games, we will check out the Dallas Mavericks game. Daniel Gafford, 8 points off of the bench with 2 blocks. Not terrible, but only 5 rebounds. I wish he got a little bit more rebounds. He only played 19 minutes. Not sure what's going on there. I think they're still trying to help him. I think he was dealing with injuries at the beginning of the season. PJ Washington, 14 points. Cooper Flagg, 12, 7, and 6 with 2 steals. That's actually very solid. PJ Washington, 14, 9, and 5 with a steal and a block. Only 2 turnovers. Not too bad. And Max Christie, he's been shooting very good off from the 3-point line, but he had a rough game in this game here. Only went 1 for 5. But I'll tell you what's absolutely psychotic here. It's insane. Is 0 for 2, 0 for 2, 0 for 6 for the starting lineup from the 3-point line, and then 1 for 5 for Max Christie. Mavericks got to get it together. That's not going to do against the better teams. But scoring 111, we do love to see that because the Mavericks have been really struggling on the scoring. Washington Wizards, CJ McCollum dropping 25, Sarr with 17, and Keyshawn George with 10. 19 off the bench from Cam Whitmore and Marvin Bagley with 10. Okay, now we have the games from Sunday. So let me zoom in a little bit here. Rockets are able to beat the Bucks. Kevin Durant getting into the 30-point range. I think he's been kind of struggling this season to hit the 30-point range. I think he's trying to get his team involved more because we know Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant, but he is also getting a little bit older. Giannis going 37 and 8, not able to overcome the Rockets. Knicks beat the Nets very soundly with Cat going for 28 and 12. Michael Porter Jr. for 25 for the Nets. Celtics beat the Magic by about 4. Very close game there. Paolo Banchero with 28 and 6, and then was it Anthony Simons with 25. Thunder beat the Grizzlies by 14 with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander going for 35, 7, and 6. And then we have the 76ers losing to the Pistons. Guys, the Pistons just look strong this season. I don't know how else to say it. They just look really, really good. Okay, 2 more games to go over from Sunday. Warriors beat the Pacers soundly here. Jimmy Butler had himself a game. 21-9-7, and the Pacers dropped to 1-9. You hate to see it if you're a Pacers fan. Timberwolves completely demolished the Kings, with Rudy Gobert going off for 19 and 12, and then 5 blocks. Really good game for Rudy Gobert. Okay, then we're going to zoom in on another Rockets game. Sorry, guys, I usually try to make this a little more with a little more diversity for the variance with the teams. But Kevin Durant, he went 31, 3, and 7. No steals or blocks this game, but he was able to get it done. Jabari Smith going 16, 9, and 1. Alperen Sengun going 23, 11, and 7. 5 turnovers. He's going to have to tighten up there. Amen Thompson 14, 8, and 5 with 3 steals and a block. Very solid defensive performance for him. And then moving over to the Bucks, we got Giannis going for 37, 8, and 3 with a block. Miles Turner, 13, 6, and 1 with 3 steals and 3 blocks. That's a very solid defensive performance there. Gary Trent Jr., 9 points. AJ Green, 3 points. That's not going to do. Ryan Rollins, 19. Bobby Portis with 11 off the bench, and Kyle Kuzma, 11 off the bench, and Cole Anthony with 12. Cole Anthony was nice in this game. I'm pretty sure I saw this one. Kyle Kuzma, Cole Anthony, and Bobby Portis Jr. coming off the bench is actually very solid. Okay, guys, that's it. Now we're going to check out the overall standings now. OKC still on top, 10-1. Detroit Pistons 8-2. Who had that on their predictions for this season, guys? Who saw the Pistons being number 2 after week 3 with 80%, for the win percent, or how do I say this? They're 8-2 right now, doing really well with the start of the season. Spurs and Nuggets both 7-2. Cavs and Lakers 7-3. And then we got a long list of 6-win teams right now. The Knicks, Bulls, and Rockets are 6-3, and then the Heat, Bucks, Wolves, Timberwolves, and 76ers are 6-4. Down at the bottom there, I'm glad to see Dallas getting away from the bottom. They were way down there last week, I believe. They're starting to move up a little bit. I think they're going to figure things out more as the season goes on. I really hope they do. But other than that, the Clippers are a lot lower than I thought they'd be this season. And, yeah, the Golden State Warriors as well. I expected the Golden State Warriors and the Clippers to be a little bit higher on the list this season. And, of course, like I said, the Dallas Mavericks. Hopefully they can get better soon. Kyrie can come back soon, and that team can start really making it happen. Okay. Well, guys, that's it. That's all I got for y'all today. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. I'm really enjoying talking about basketball. I wish I had more time to do it. My other channel takes up the majority of my time. But I will say this. Huge fan. This season has been incredible, guys. This new season, this is some of the most skilled play we've seen in a minute. This whole rookie class has been very solid, and this entire season has just been so good from the start. All right, I'm done. Hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, guys, peace.